Hello everyone. Today we will be talking about YouTube trends. YouTube as a social media platform has become very influential and anything trending on YouTube can make or break the businesses. So let's answer, what does it take to trend on YouTube? Is it tags? Is it the number of likes? Is it the category? And can your business go and trend on YouTube? But before we answer these questions through our data, let's see what the general public has to say about YouTube and its trends. So hey guys, do you think YouTube is biased?
Yes. Yes, I think it's biased.
I would agree. It's biased.
I don't think it is biased because I think it's in their own interest to promote the videos that are just objectively liked the most.
I also don't think it's biased. I believe that it sort of gives you the suggestions which it believes that you're going to like the most. So yeah.
I think that there's like a small subset of videos that it might not want to promote because of like potential like incendiary reactions, but I think generally it's unbiased.
Okay. Which category or channel do you think trends the most on YouTube?
I think things like cat videos, funny fails.
I think probably music videos and then fails. Yeah. Sounds about right.
I think it's probably music and vlogs.
I think it depends on what's going on in the world. Like it's, for example, if something's happening in politics, then it'll be politics. If not, then, or for example, if someone launched a popular song, it'll be entertainment. So it depends on what's going on, I think.
I think it's mainly movie trailers and those to get, most likes and views and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it also a little bit depends. Like for me personally, depends on what kind of things I watch. So I think entertainment is one particular category which I see trending more.
So that is what people have to say about YouTube trends. Now let us see what the data has to say. The project has been divided into four major parts: the data, the analysis, the big picture story, and the machine learning model. The first part, data, is where we talk about what data we have used, why we have used it, its features, and how we went about cleaning it. The next part, dimensionality in trending, is the analysis of our data. Is it the people and geographies that is affecting the YouTube trends, or is it the categories and tags that we associate with these videos? Or is it the channels that are dominating some of the YouTube trends? Nextly, we go and talk about the big picture and finally learn if there is bias in our YouTube videos. Nextly, we will also be talking about the school visualization, where we have shown how the different YouTube videos have been trending and changing over a period of time. Here we have shown the top ranking YouTube trends and the videos by sorting them by date. And this is a very interactive visualization where people can see them either by their trending score or by the ranks that are associated with them. Nextly, and finally, we'll be talking about our machine learning model, where we will be predicting, given the parameters of your YouTube video, if it is going to trend or not. So let's talk about the data. The data that we have chosen for this particular problem is a YouTube trending statistics that has been adapted from the Kaggle dataset. This is publicly available under CCO license. We have given an idea of what our data statistics look like before and after cleaning the data. To give you an idea of the data description, we have a table where we will be talking about each field and its examples and features. Our analysis will be highly focused on fields such as tags, views, dislikes, likes, comment counts, and the description. A very important thing for us in this project was the 4 C's of data quality. We have ensured that our data is complete, coherent, correct, and accountable. The text includes examples of how we have ensured that. Nextly, we will move on to talk about the different rules that are there in cleaning our entire data process. So once our data is clean, we are ready to take the first look at our data and understand what it is trying to tell us. A very natural thing to do is look and tell which category is dominating our data statistics, and we can clearly see that entertainment and music are dominating. This thing is dominant both in terms of video count and also in terms of views. Now, we can clearly understand that videos which are associated with entertainment and music are more likely to trend because people are likely to go back and watch these videos again and again, as compared to something like a TV show or an auto vehicle video where people would be watching it once but they won't be returning it. Nextly, we go and see what are the top trending videos that have been there, and we can see that these are mostly dominated by the category music and entertainment, which is in line with what we have been seeing till now. Moving on to look at what are the top channels, here is something where we see an aberration from what we have been seeing so far. We see that channels across different categories and spectrum are present over here in the top trending. For example, ESPN has trended most number of times, Alan Show from entertainment, similarly Jimmy Fallon from comedy. So we see a huge diversity in terms of what channels are trending. And we attribute this to the fact that although a particular video might trend over many days, it is some particular channels which have huge contribution to trendings.
I'll be discussing about the analysis of trending YouTube tags. We have all seen YouTube videos and content creators use a ton of tag in their videos so that it immediately pops up when the video is searched. So how influential are these tags in getting a video to trending? Can a video trend without any tags? Let's find out. So for that, we made it a category-wise distribution of tags. So, and we found out that the category entertainment uses the largest number of tags, followed by how to style, comedy, and music, which was kind of what the trend which we have been seeing so far. But since this cluster plot does not clearly explain what the trending statistics are, we plot the ratio of the number of tags used to number of videos uploaded in that category which have been to trending. And we can see that the categories like pets and animals, sports, how to style use a large number of tags, but the videos they upload are very less. But on the other hand, categories like music, autos and vehicles, news and politics use much less amount of tags, but they have a huge number of videos which are uploaded. So this plot, we can infer from this plot that tags not really are the factor in determining what a trending video could be. The other question which arises from this data is what are some of the most popular tags in each video category. For this, we have this cluster plot with which we can filter out categories like entertainment and check which of the following tags are the most commonly used. We can see that comedy, funny, celebrity, comedian are some of the most popular tags in entertainment, and similarly in comedy, where we can find funny, comedy, LSO, humor as some of the most popular tags, which leads us to the answering of the next two questions as can a tag belong to multiple categories? Yes, it can. And can a video trend without any tags? For that, we can filter out the tags as none from the search bar and see that there are some trending videos which do not have any tags, which belong to some categories like film and animation, science and technology, and music. So what we infer from this graph is that the tags are not indicative of what category does the video belong to, and a YouTube video can still trend without having any trends. So what other information can we infer from a YouTube tag? So we have plotted a time series data of the videos, of the trending videos and their tags which went trending at the same time. So let's see. So for December, we would assume that the tags something related to Christmas would be, or tags related to holidays would be the most trending ones, as we can see from our data. There are some other events which also influence the tags of the particular month. For example, for December, we have the release of Star Wars The Last Jedi. For April, we have the release of Marvel's Infinity Wars, and so on. So these type of data can be inferred directly from the tags of the YouTube video. Next, we also present a statistical analysis of our data. The statistical analysis is based on the number of videos uploaded in a week for a particular category, which we note that entertainment and music have a very high variance, whereas pets and animals, automobiles and vehicles, travel and events have a much lower variance. We can explain this data by the simple fact that the videos for travels and events are something which are uploaded almost every week, whereas for entertainment and music, not so much. So for a particular artist, a person would ideally wait for a month to upload a video, but then it would hit viral immediately, whereas something for travels and events, even though it's uploaded every week, it would take some time to hit trending.
In this section, we explore the possible biases that affect YouTube trending videos and examine the correlations of these biases with their trending status. We first take a look at bias from the perspective of users of YouTube. From this box plot, we observe that videos belonging to categories such as gaming and autos and vehicles have a high like to dislike ratio, which generally implies that they are well received by the YouTube audience, whereas videos on categories such as non-profits and news are not so well received by the YouTube audience since they have a lower like to dislike ratio. In the plot below, we look to confirm whether the user biases towards categories observed above translates to videos trending on YouTube or not. The box plot here captures the information of time a video takes to begin trending on YouTube from the date it was published. From this plot, we can see that the videos belonging to categories with high like to dislike ratio, such as gaming and autos and vehicles, tend to trend very soon, whereas videos belonging to categories such as news and politics, which have a low like to dislike ratio, take a longer time to trend. The above observations thus hint at probable correlation between user bias and YouTube trending. Now we have a look at platform bias. In this section, we look at probable bias of YouTube as a platform. Does YouTube promote certain channels, making it easier for them to trend? Here we use views as an indicator of popularity of a YouTube channel and contrast it with the times the channel appears on trending. Ideally, if YouTube is an unbiased platform, a positive correlation should be observed between the number of times the channel trends and the views it gets. In this bubble chart, we observe a divergence from the above hypothesis. We see that channels that correspond to traditional media, such as late night shows, tend to trend more often with fewer views when compared to original YouTube content creators. To have a better understanding of whether previous diagrams depicting platform bias is prevalent across different countries, let's look at similar diagrams from trending data collected from Canada. Here we see that the distribution of traditional media channels and original YouTube content creators is relatively similar. The above observations thus hint at probable platform bias in YouTube videos trending in USA.
Another kind of bias that we shall be introducing here is the category bias. Basically, what is the bias that is inherently embedded in the nature of a category? To understand this, we will be focusing on a metric which we call as like to dislike ratio. And if you look at the top categories which have a huge like to dislike ratio, these include shows, pets and animals, comedies. These are basically the things which everybody likes. Whereas things like politics and entertainment are having a very low like to dislike ratio. This might be because people are disliking them a lot, or this might be because the opinion is very evenly split. Looking at a more microscopic level, we see that the videos which have a very high like to dislike ratio can be found across different spectrum of categories, from peoples and blogs to music to entertainment. Whereas if we look at videos which have a high dislike to like ratio, we see that these are mainly concentrated in people and blogs and politics, and these are very issue based. For example, the top two videos which we have in terms of high dislike to like ratio are based on net neutrality, which is a campaign against introducing intentional bias in trends on social media platforms, something that our project is also trying to achieve. Moving on and looking at another paradigm, we can look at channels. And if we especially focus on channels which have a high dislike to like ratio, we can again see that these are issue based and not affiliated to a particular category. In conclusion, what we feel is that if a particular video is affiliated with categories such as music, entertainment, pets, comedy, then they are much more likely to receive more likes than dislikes. Whereas issue-based events and issue-based videos, which might have a very negative outlook, can be associated with receiving more dislikes than the likes.
Let us now take a look at how we can predict whether a video will trend or not. Using the trending data, we first extracted features that were fed into a ML model to make predictions. The data used consisted of 2000 samples, out of which 70% were used for training. We deployed the trained model on an instance running on the Google Cloud platform and made APIs using which the model can be accessed. We also developed a basic HTML template to help demonstrate the functionality of the model, which we can now test. Submitting as is, the model predicts the videos having these given set of features not likely to trend. Now let us increase the number of views and submit again. We can see that the model now predicts that the video is likely to trend. On evaluating the model, we see that the model achieves an accuracy of 63% on the training data and an accuracy of 55% on the test data. Shown below are the steps that we follow to train the model.
So to conclude, what do we find in our trending analysis? What does it take to get a video trending? Well, there are multiple dimensions that can affect the popularity of a video. It can be the number of likes, the tags associated, the category associated, or even the country where the video is originating from. Where is the bias? Does the YouTube as a platform have bias towards some category or channel? Yes, we have observed two major kinds of bias, the user bias and the platform bias. We can even talk of category bias, where some of the categories have an inherent bias embedded in them. What do people want to watch? Are people introducing any kind of bias towards any channel or category? Well, we definitely found that people are more inclined towards using entertainment and music videos, and therefore there is some kind of a bias introduced by what people like to watch. And finally, what can we learn from these YouTube trends to better enhance our businesses? Well, we have trained a model where we can predict whether or not your video is going to trend based on the parameters provided. So, good luck and go trending.